Hey, happy people. So today we are going to be making an alkaline version of vegan ceviche, and it's going to be a vegan version, and we're going to try to do it in alkaline, all alkaline ingredients here. So, you know me, to get started here, I have already heated up a pot here. This has spring water. There's about 3 cups of spring water in there. We need to make a fishy flavor, so that way we can have that fishy like ocean like flavor in our ceviche. So what I have here to do that, I got three little knots of kelp here, and then I got a sheet of nori, but I don't think I'm even going to use the whole sheet of nori. We're just going to do somewhat of a half of a sheet, and I'm not even going to break that up. Just going to put that down there just like that. And on top of that, I have the Ocean Catch seasoning. This is going to help give us a little more ocean seasoning. I'm only going to use about a tablespoon in this. And then I have here, this is some sea moss powder. Now, be really careful with the sea moss powder. If you use gel, you can probably use like a tablespoon or so, but the powder, it can be overwhelming, and if you had sea moss before, you know how it tastes. So even though this is 1/8 of a teaspoon, I don't even think I'm going to put that much. I'm just going to few dabs because it is overpowering. Alright. Alright, got that stirred around. It has already come to a boil, so I'm going to turn that off completely. It do not need to boil that long. You're just making kind of like a brine marinade here, but to get the flavor out of the nori sheets and kelp, you do want to heat it up. Alright. Alright, so now, for this, my fish substitute today, I am going to be using, this is oyster mushrooms. This is the gray, brown, whichever color you want to call it, oyster mushrooms, and this is about a cup of them. I have just chopped up roughly. Now, also in vegan versions of them, I see that people use jicama. Not even just the vegan versions. Like there's a couple of South American versions. Go away, little gnat. South American versions that they use jicama in there, even though they were using regular seafood. In the vegan versions, they use jicama to kind of replace like the shrimp. I'm not trying to replace the shrimp with jicama with this because I have my own shrimp version. But I am using, this is chayote. I am going to use it in place of the jicama. Now, that is about a half a cup of that in there. Once this has flavored quite a bit here, I am going to just pour both of these in there and let them sit for about 5-10 minutes here. I'll be right back. Alright, so now I am just going to pour my oyster mushrooms and my chayote in here. This is also going to help cook the chayote a little bit so it won't be so hard. So that'll help with that. So make sure you don't let your brine or marinade cool too much. Now, I'm just literally going to let that set right there for about 5-10 minutes here. I'm possibly going to take the mushrooms out before the chayote, because again, I want my chayote to be a little soft. I don't want it to be too hard when I crunch into it. So I'm going to let that set as long as it needs to soften up to where I feel like I want it. And then we'll continue on. So I'll be back in a minute. Alright, so I am back. It has been about 10 minutes. My chayote squash has softened up. My mushrooms have absorbed some liquid and flavor. And I thought to myself, there's probably somebody out there that does not know what a chayote squash looks like. There was at one point I didn't know what it was. Then it was not in my vocabulary at all. Didn't know what it looked like. So for those of you who need to see, this is what it looked like. It could be called something else in your neck of the woods, so that's what it is. Alright. Now, I have put it in a bowl dish here. I would suggest something that's flat instead of a round bowl, because you don't want all your liquid to just soak to the bottom and then the stuff on the top does not marinate. So something that's flat so you can get more in the marinade. Alright, so now in this bowl here I have a half a cup of cucumber. I did peel the cucumber. I have a half of a purple onion. You can use whatever onion you want. The purple onion definitely gives you more flavor. And I have a third each of the yellow and the green bell pepper. Just a third of the bell pepper itself. I'm going to add that. Then in this bowl here, I have about a cup of tomato. Bowl is, oh, I burned it. Okay, half a cup. This is a whole cup of, I cannot talk. This is a whole cup of Roma tomatoes. I did de-seed them, took the middle out and cut them, so a cup after it's been de-seeded. And this over here, this little bit, is habanero pepper. This is 3 habanero peppers. I de-seeded them. This is to replace, because usually they would use serrano or a jalapeno pepper, but we are not using those in this today. We are trying to do it all alkaline. So this is habanero pepper to give that little bit of heat that you would usually get. This is why I also added the green bell pepper, so it'll give the look of the jalapeno or the serrano, but then still have a little heat like it with the habanero. Alright, I'm going to add that. Then we got some mango here. On this is where I see the divide in most South American countries. Either they are using more of a tomato base or more of a fruity base. So in the tomato base one, they do use like V8 juice or some kind of tomato juice, and they do not use the mango. But in the other ones, they use the mango and they use more of the acidity of the orange and the lime. We are going with more of the mango one because I'm going to need a little sweetness for the habaneros. So mango, this is about 1/4 of a mango. I didn't use that much. We don't need that much. I might add some more later. Alright, then we got here, this is our minced garlic. We are going to use just 1 tablespoon of the alkaline minced garlic. If you don't know where to get this, you can get this at MrStayHappy.com. You can also get the Ocean Catch seasoning. This is an alkaline version of a seafood seasoning. You can get that at MrStayHappy.com too. We're going to add that in there. Right, then for the corn, usually there's some corn in some of them. For the corn substitute, I am using kamut grain. This is kamut grain that has been soaked overnight and then cooked for about 30 minutes. Do not go above the 30 to 40 minute mark. It will give you the corn-like texture. If you do the 45 minutes to an hour, hour and 15, you're going to get more of the rice texture. So about 30 minutes with this. But make sure it's been soaked like overnight. You need a good soaking so that way it'll plump up and have that bite like corn does. And I'm not even going to put this whole thing in there, so about 4 tablespoons. And we're going to mix this up here right quick. Get our garlic all mixed in. Why did I take it away in the first place? I don't know. I just took it away. Alright, so that there. Now, I got some cilantro here. And again, this is going to be your choice up to how much you like cilantro. You know, we got people that don't like cilantro, people that love cilantro, some people just don't care. So, this is just chopped up cilantro. There we go. And then we're going to add a little sea salt, and this is some dried arugula. This is about 1/4 teaspoon of sea salt and about 1/4 teaspoon of dried arugula. The dried arugula will give you kind of that peppery taste for black pepper. That's going to be our substitute for that. So we're just going to add that. again, mixing, mixing, mixing. Alright, now, so I got a tablespoon of olive oil. Since we're not heating this, we can definitely use the olive oil today. And I am going to also add some more of the nori sheet. This is going to be about 1/4 of the nori sheet, just some little flakes. I just kind of crimpled up there. We're going to use just a little bit more of that. Give us more of a seafood feel. And the Ocean Catch seasoning, we're going to add a little bit more of that too. Say about 1/2 teaspoon there. And mix again. Now I'm going to add my liquids now, because all I have left is my shrimp and my avocado. I do not want my avocado to turn brown, so I'm going to add my acidities right now. I have 1/2 cup of orange juice. This is just pure orange juice. I literally just squeeze some oranges. I could not find any sour oranges right now, or any blood oranges, so regular orange juice it is. If you have sour oranges or blood oranges, definitely use those. The blood oranges is going to be a different color, so be wary of that. Try to find the sour oranges. Alright, but 1/2 cup of each. 1/2 cup of the orange juice, and this is 1/2 cup of lime juice. This is not key lime juice, this is regular lime juice, because my grocery store's limes didn't look, key limes did not look that good. They were beat up, and some of them were very yellow, but they were very beat up. They didn't look great. So 1/2 cup of each. I bought regular limes to juice. Mix this up. Again, it's a lot of chopping and mixing. That's basically with this dish. Chop, mix, chop, mix. Basically, your acidity is supposed to be cooking your fish, because it would be raw fish, but we don't have raw fish, so we're using the mushrooms as a replacement. Alright, so now, my own shrimp. Sometimes they use fish, sometimes they use shrimp. I'm going to do a little bit of both in this one. I have my own shrimp. I have made a video on this shrimp. It was the fried shrimp. This is just the marinated part of it before I fried it. So I'm not going to fry this. There we go. Can I get it off? There we go. Alright. So this has probably been marinating in my refrigerator for probably about 3 weeks or so. So we're just going, ooh, I forgot I put all the stuff on top. Hold your horses. Alright, I think actually that is probably enough of that. So now mix that in too. And last, the avocado. And we all know why, because avocado tends to oxidate very fast. So we're going to, hopefully this one is good. Oh, look at that. I do gotta. Alright, so again, mix, mix, mix. Like you're on the turntables, you know, mix, mix, mix. Everything going in there. Alright, so everything is all mixed up here, so now just going to try to push it down in the juices as much as I can here. So everything marinates in the juice. Now, I am going to try and put some saran wrap over this. We want to cover it and put it in the fridge for about an hour. Minimum an hour. For this video, it would be an hour, but if you could do this the night before, that would be great. Give it time to really marinate. Freaking saran wrap. Please don't embarrass me today. Please. Let's Try this. See, you trying to roll out the box already. Me and Saran Wrap, y'all. I'm telling y'all. She don't like me, I don't like her. Let's just put it like that. I can't never keep it in the box or something. Alright, good girl. Good girl. Alright. This is going to go in the refrigerator now for about an hour. And I'm going to clean this up. And I'm going to try to make me some crackers for this. Because that's going to be the thing right there. Crackers and ceviche. Alright, so I'll be back in the fridge for about an hour. Alright, people. It has been an hour. Our ceviche has marinated in its own juices here. So we are now ready. Alright, y'all see that? Alright, so I'm going to stir it up a little bit here. Remember, chopping and mixing, cutting and mixing is the key to this. Alright, so usually people will have like a little martini glass to put it in, but I don't have a martini glass. But I wanted to take some nice pictures too, so I do have these little glasses, and I thought that's cute, so why not put it in there? So that's what we're going to do. But I'm going to taste a little bit first here. Why am I blowing on it? It's not even hot. It's a spoon, so you just assume everything is hot. I like that citrus taste. That is good. Alright. Put this in our little cups here. Make it look all fancy. Alright, look at that. Nice little ceviche. And it's definitely good. Has just amount of nice little heat to it, but not so much my mouth is burning. Enough for me to still be able to taste the citrus and the flavors. Alright, so now I'm going to put a little lime. Let's see if I can do this. We're going to sit. I guess I should have cut them first. Well, we'll put a little cilantro. Alright, and that is it. Serve it up all nice and fancy to your friends, you know. They'll think it's good. Alright, so that is it, y'all. That is how I make an alkaline vegan ceviche. And until the next video, stay happy.
Stress.